One thing you really want to look out for while you're dating is how men will test you. Of course, all people test each other while we're dating. I think it's completely natural. But men specifically have a very interesting way of testing women. And typically it's to see if they will require less effort than some women would require. What I mean by that is they will oftentimes ask you to do something very low effort, like Netflix and chill, or coming over to their house for a first date, just so they can see how much effort is required in order to see you and spend time with you. And of course, if you like a man, sometimes you will want to go against the grain and accept that kind of treatment. But typically these kinds of men are something you want to be looking out for anyway and running away from.
How are you doing that with your mouth?
Never mind how I'm doing it. What do you have to say for yourself?
To the queens out there watching this, please take note on what this young queen is attributing as an actual test. Not that you noted that. This exact behavior is what men refer to as female overthinking, overcomplicating, and misinterpretation. I'm not saying this is classified as mental. What I am saying is this is what men mean when they say, girl, you play too much. Let me mansplain this from the male perspective. He is thinking, she seems cool. I invited her to hang out at my place to watch a movie. Now, the same scenario from the female perspective. This is obviously a test. He's trying to see how low he can set the bar. It's interesting how he concocted this scheme. I like him, but I must find out what he means with this master plan. Okay. I hope you all caught the difference. And the point of this is that women are so used to testing men that they project testing as the norm, so obviously men are doing it back to them. You queens just don't see the next level Scooby-Doo mystery paranoia you make dating out to be.
It's a super obvious red flag if he's already testing you before you even get to the first date. Then when you get to the first date, there can be certain questions that he will ask in order to see what you are willing to put up with and do. That being said, if he is doing things that you don't tolerate, like for example, if you don't like it when men swear around you and you're tolerating that in the conversation, then he will know that you allow men to swear around you within the first few moments of meeting. That's just a simple example just to keep it easy. Another will be on the first date if you are willing to talk about sex, especially sex with him. He may bring up the potential of having sex with you and or maybe a past experience, or maybe he'll ask questions about what you have experienced. And typically he's trying to see not only how much experience you have, but also if you are willing to talk about that first date and if you would be easy or an easy lay for the night.
Show of hands for everybody who knew. Bingo.
If a man swears a lot, you should have known that before you agreed to go out with him. Men are not really complicated and for the most part will have the same vocabulary over the phone as they do in person. That really isn't a test, but the way he is. If you don't like that, then don't go out with him or simply ask him not to swear around you. It's not rocket science. As for intimacy conversations, I don't think starting a date off with that conversation is advisable. While I do understand that adult conversations can steer into that direction, that is somewhat of a slippery slope and should be decided by both persons involved. On this subject, I will just use an out-of-context quote by Che Guevara. Words without deeds are worthless.
I personally like to adhere to a set of rules for dating just so that I avoid drama, and I also weed out the narcissists and the playboys and whatever very quickly. In that next video, I will detail some of my dating rules. They also will start testing you once they actually start to like you by introducing you to their friends or taking you to do things that they like to do just to see if you will not only enjoy it but put up with it. Sometimes during this phase, some men will completely just slowly dwindle their effort to see if you will put up with less and less effort over time. They're really just trying to see if they can push your boundaries.
Oh no, that incredibly difficult test of not just introducing you to their friends, but also sharing the things they like to do with you. That is completely diabolical. Keep your guards up, queens. Those are some of the most atrocious tests known to man. Wow. And this entire time, men were just thinking, I like her. She's cool. I want her to meet my friends and share the things I like to do. Nah, son. The jig is up. This queen got you figured. Next thing she will be expecting is for you to ask if she wants to make the relationship official. Women can only guess what dastardly meaning men have behind that one. Men can't possibly be saying what they mean. Yeah, right. Are you searching for the right software to masterfully edit your videos? Then check out Wondershare Filmora, the one platform to push your storytelling boundaries. With Filmora, you will have access to royalty-free stock media, visual effects plugins, and smart templates to easily inject more variety into your videos. Filmora will help you grow with access to tutorials, tools, and a platform to create even better videos to share with their built-in community. Click the link in the description to sign up for a free trial and use the coupon code on the screen to save 10% on your purchase.
She's going to sink, Captain.
But she can't sink. She's unsinkable.
She can't float.
Queen, there is so much to unpack there that professional movers are almost required. Let's take this piece by piece. Her first statement clearly says her children, career, and mental health come before a man. That's no surprise, as it is expected when dating a single mom. That's basically par for the course. All up until the part where she says single moms are in the gym. Yeah, I'm throwing a flag on the play on that one. If you actively go to a gym, you will be able to tell that would apply to men, as you will find an evenly distributed number of men from ages 15 to up into their 50s working out. Women in the gym are mostly young women working out, and only a handful of women age 35 plus will be in the gym. I don't know exactly why that is, but half the women working out in the gym are accompanied by their boyfriends. Go figure. To be fair, this is more personal experience than actual research. Her second statement claimed single mothers are hard to love. Well, that depends on the type of love we're talking about, isn't it? The point is that you queens can put up as many walls as you want. You have the right to do that. Although I do find issue with the claims of the reasoning. Because the person who vowed to love you forever didn't is weak sauce. Reality shows a 70% plus female-led divorce rate. Sorry, Queen, but over 70% of the time, women get what they felt they wanted. And finally, the want of a man's consistent love. Really? So after you admit that he isn't anywhere near the top of your priority, you will make it difficult for him, then he is supposed to reward you with the one thing you can't buy? Queen, are you listening to yourself? Do you understand this sounds more like imp recruiting rather than an actual call for a man worth his salt? Of course you don't. What am I saying? This queen is probably being strong and independent with her ex-husband's child support and alimony payments. You go, Queen. Moving on.
If you chronically ignore red flags early in a relationship, meaning you sense something might be off and you continue to override that knowingness, what you are essentially doing is abandoning yourself. And when you ignore red flags and abandon yourself and buy into the addictive fantasy of what the relationship could be, you will always attract partners who abandon you by way of their emotional unavailability, their addictions, their unfaithfulness, their narcissistic abuse. So the more you ignore red flags, the more essentially what you're doing is abandoning yourself.
Queen, I honestly agree with you 100%, and I wish I could say this advice of yours will be accepted by women while doubling down as helping nice guys get the girl first. But that's not reality, Queen. Not even remotely close. Why do women ignore red flags? They don't. They welcome them into their beds because Chad/Tyrone are red flags from a logical standpoint, but red flags are exciting to women. It gets their pulse racing and those butterflies go into overdrive. Let's put it this way. Chad/Tyrones are the Ford Mustang cars of men. They are seductive, fast, thrilling, powerful, and like Ford Mustangs, you will probably be involved in 4 times more collisions than the average car/nice guy. Side note, for you car fanatics, I put a link in the description for that fact. Anyway, a nice guy is basically a Honda Accord. Safe, reliable, and not exciting to women. Nope. On her lust, women would rather get smashed up in a Ford Mustang, and after some healing and a few kids, they will want the Honda Accord to come in with Thought Rescue 911.
And when you do that, you will always attract partners who abandon you on some level, because fundamentally you attract what you are, not what you want. If you're a professional woman, if you have issues with this in your love life, if other areas of your life are going well, but you constantly find yourself on the receiving end of unavailability, unfulfillment, not getting your needs met, narcissistic abuse, go to the link in my bio to look at my free masterclass at Break the Cycle on how to overcome the trauma, the codependency, the stuff that's going on within you to break through to freedom in your love life and in your life at large. Take care.
Not bad, not bad. Now you.
Nicely put. Women attract what they are. I agree with that, up to a certain point. If you act like a 304, why oh why would you be surprised you get the male equivalent of a 304? But I cannot agree with her when she said, not what you want. Women want Chads/Tyrones. That's why they pick them. But let me be honest, ladies. Years later, when you find yourself a single mom, thinking you want/deserve a good man, sorry, but what you are going to get is an imp, not a guy you will respect. The point is, your 304 phase only ended in your mind. Men will eventually know about your past, and it will affect your future. And for as much as you try, you can't shame your past away. But hey, you deserve the best, right, Queen? Yeah, like a compulsive surrender deserves $1 million. Moving on.
So it happened again. I had a date cancel on me, and we were supposed to go out for dinner tonight as a single mom. So it's a few hours before the dinner. I get a Instagram message that he's not going to be able to make it. He has to bail. This was a guy from my DMs, and he's out of town. He said he was coming into town, wanted to take me out for dinner. I said sure, cleared my schedule, made sure that I used one of my 4 free nights a month to meet this guy. And the funny thing is that I knew this was going to happen. I had a feeling a few days ago and told a few friends that this guy was going to stand me up.
Oh, poor her. My heart aches for the immense pain she must be suffering at a canceled date. I'm going to assume this queen had a date with a man with options. The clues given are that he was from out of town and canceled on her probably because she was a backup date. But her attitude of, I knew this was going to happen, i.e. she knew she was dating out of her weight class and expected to be a second or possibly a third round draft pick. Funny how these post-wall single moms quickly make and post videos on the internet as a coping mechanism when they get their dates canceled. Men have been dealing with this type of treatment since day one of dating. The only ones who will cry about it are the navy blue pill guys who were raised to be in touch with their fifis. Chads/Tyrones, for the most part, are too busy laying pipe to cry about it on an internet video.
So I guess at least he had the decency to send me a message and let me know that he wasn't going to make it. I just don't get it. I don't understand. I don't think this guy had actually any intentions of coming to my city. I think it was all and I was just picking up on this really hardcore, but I can't even get a date. I literally cannot even get one date, get people to meet me. I don't understand what it is. I'm not on the dating apps, trying to meet people in real life. Thought maybe I would try my DMs to see if that was an option, like my own personal dating app for all my social media. That's not working. What is it? Like, what am I not getting? What am I doing wrong? What am I not seeing?
Why? I said why? Loud noises!
Queen, that is simple. She still believes that she is entitled to an HVM, and reality is giving her a bitter dose of a check of where her SMV is at. Using DMs for dating is a different strategy than using dating apps. So I give this woman props for thinking outside the box. But the issue is not the communication method, it's the actual message. Regardless of how she contacts an HVM, he is still a man with multiple options, and she's not his first choice. I recommend 1. This queen simply takes a painful evaluation of her SMV. She should have a jerk give this to her. As a woman, she is too delusional to be brutally honest with herself. And 2, once her actual SMV is identified, this queen needs to date within her range to become the first round draft pick. But hey, who the hell am I to talk? I'm just a gorilla with a clipboard and sunglasses who is cooking up a deep pot of honesty stew, serving it with a ladle of insolent audits. I'm just saying. If you agree or disagree with anything about this audit, please let us know in the comments. I'm going to leave this audit right here. I'll see all of you in the next episode.